Hi guys, and welcome to another Mental Monday. I want to talk about something that I am actually really passionate about and has always been super important to me, and that is the importance of words. So I have always been somebody that felt that words were very strong in either way you use them, whether you use them to build somebody up or you use them to tear somebody down. They are a very strong weapon, and if they are not used correctly, they can be very damaging. On the other hand of that is being open to different interpretations of the same word that somebody else may have. So there are times where somebody can say something and the way I would use that word is totally different than the way they're using that word, and so it affects me. Words have always been something that really stuck with me. I, being a psychology student, I have always been super interested in the way people word things and what they mean by a particular phrase or word choice, and it can be really powerful and it can really change what something means when you look behind the actual words. So in choosing your words to somebody, you have a responsibility for the words you choose. If you choose a word that you know is going to be mean or hurtful, or they will not take it the right way, or your message will not truly get across to them, that is on you. That is your responsibility. I always try to be super careful about what words I use, and even kind of selective about when I comment in general. Not everything needs a comment, and I'm not always great at it. Like, I do not always accomplish that perfectly, but it can be super powerful. And usually you can tell when somebody has said something that triggered somebody else, or that person took it in a different way than it was meant, and they did not have the understanding of how that person really meant that word and was trying to use that word. So it can get really tricky. And the even trickier part, for me at least, is actually interpreting how somebody else views that word or phrase or whatever it was they said. It can mean so many different things, and words can be interpreted and used in so many different ways. It can be difficult, and when you're in that moment where you kind of feel like what they said was hurtful, it's hard to be like, wait, did you really mean it like that? That takes getting into the habit of doing that. And I've heard from a lot of different places that for communication, that is one of the best habits you can create, is if you feel like somebody said something that hurt you, asking them how they meant it. I have yet to be able to actually accomplish making that a habit, but I do really hope to eventually, because it is a great tool for interpreting and talking about how you communicate with that person. One of the examples from me is one of my trigger words can be the word crazy, and I tend to interpret that harsher than it's meant, but I have perspective on that, and so I know that I need to take that moment to say, wait, what were you really actually trying to say? Like, did you actually mean that derogatorily? Or was there something else there you were trying to say? One of the things that I have always fought against is that somebody should be allowed to just say anything and everything they want, and it's your job to interpret it correctly. That is so not the truth, and anybody that tries to tell you that is just trying to get out of being responsible for what they said. So I fight so strongly against that, because that is not the truth. There's responsibility in communication on both sides. You are responsible for what you choose to say and how you choose to try to communicate what you're trying to say, and they are responsible for trying to interpret it to the best of their abilities. But if you said something hurtful, that does not mean they misinterpreted it, and that does not mean you have license to say anything you want and it be okay. So you have to be really careful with the words you use. You have to really think through what you say. And I know for me, I've had times where I was better at it, times where I was worse at it, and it's just a process, just like anything else. If any of you feel the same way, I would love to hear your stories in the comments and where yourself aware of what you're saying and making good word choices in communication, as well as tips for interpreting how other people are communicating and how you've gone about having those conversations. I hope you liked this video. I hope it helped you in some way. I now am going to go drink my coffee and eat my bagel. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with everybody. Get the conversation going. If you are not already subscribed, click the screen and subscribe, and then you can see when the next video comes out. We will see you guys in that one. Bye!